through here, but real quick, I want to point out that you can certainly, that while I'm doing this, and you can certainly take notes on how I've done this, you can use a item in Microsoft Windows called the snipping tool, and just do a search for it in your window, in your run window. But when it comes up, basically what you can do is you can freeze this video and use the snipping tool to drag a rectangle around each of these templates, and then transfer that to Paint or to PowerPoint or to Publisher or whatever it is that you use. And then from there you can trim them down even further. Drag them to resize them to the correct size. Anyway, here's the cod piece, and I got a 1-inch border all around here. And let me get in a little tighter here. You can see 1 1/4, half an inch high right here. The width right there looks like 4 3/4. I'm not going to peel the tape up. And then the overall height for the inner piece right here is 5.5 inches. So that's what that looks like. And then here's the detailing for the top. And let me see here. Total height on this, 9 inches. Okay, and this was the cutout piece that I used, and this is the smaller piece here. So let me pull back again, make sure you got a good shot of it, and let's move on. Okay, the collar piece. This is one inner collar piece, outer collar piece, and again, I showed a lot of detail on this in the particular video. Height here, total height was 12 inches. Total width in this particular case was 21 inches, but you can see the big cutout right here. And what happens is this goes over your back, this cuts out, and then gets bent, so it's going to go over your shoulder. And then, let me get in closer, get details. And right here. Okay, and of course the inner piece got cut out, sanded, and then returned to place. And then this piece in here, again, go to the video, go to the particular video. The inner collar piece that gets attached inside that, 20 inches wide. Oops, 3.5 inches down here at the bottom, and overall 8 inches in height. Okay, going to the leg pieces. Here's the knee pieces that I made, and this is the knee attach point. It goes on top of the shin guard, just a 3-inch diameter right there, semicircle, and then the leg piece itself, about 3.5 inches. The knee guard itself about 3.5 inches tall. Oh, excuse me, grabbed the wrong one. This is the knee guard. Okay, this is the upper knee guard right here, and the lower. And what happens is it goes on, it gets assembled like that, and then the bottom of this gets attached like that. Okay. And again, very sharp curve, or excuse me, very sharp bend angle right there to give you the coverage. This is the shin guard right here, and this is something I would redesign, although it worked very, very well. But overall height is going to be from just right at the top of your boot, maybe a little higher where your foot curves out, to just below the knee. Width, or excuse me, the circle. The width right here is going to be just at the bottom of the meaty part of your calf. And again, all these measurements worked for me. They may not work for you. So this is, well, this piece right here is supposed to attach on right here, get made into a double wide piece, because this is a half template, because you're going to have another piece right here. But again, this piece did not work too well for me, and this definitely needs a redesign. But I'm going to go ahead and put it up here for you, so that way you can do what you need to do with it. Okay, now keep going on the lower back. There was a section on the lower back where the shield, there's this little square going across where the shield generator is cut out. And this is all I did, and it's 8.5 by 1.5. all these little dots and lines and everything, I had planned on threading the EL wire back and forth, but like I said, I turned out I didn't have quite enough EL wire, so I ended up just going with one thread going all the way across. But there's how that looks. Final piece is going to be the thigh guard, and this was kind of a challenge to do. So first off, well, here's the buckles. Here's what they're going to look like. And this little buckle piece is just, just a couple inches by a couple of inches. You can see everything on there. And those would get attached to the thigh guard, under there like this. This is very tricky to cut out simply because of the size. Now, this piece that I just put back in, this would actually be cut out originally, and then I cut out a piece of the craft foam to use this as a detail, as an accent, and I did the same thing with this piece right here. Okay, but this circle right here, the center of this circle, needs to go over your hip bone. Then from the top of that, I got right over the pivot of your hip. Top of that, I got 1 inch past the piece of ABS cap that I used there. And here's what it looks like. Now, this arc right here is supposed to go around and go over your bum. And then this is supposed to tuck under your bum and actually wrap around the inner part of your thigh. This part's supposed to come around to the front of your thigh, then down your thigh, down your leg. Now, I made mine a little bit too long. I would say make the vertical here, obviously from your hip plus a couple of inches, all the way down to probably, well, maybe about this high right here instead. Maybe a couple of inches above your hip. So, so that, like I said, this was a very tricky piece to cut, to engineer. I really recommend you take, say, some scrap paper, maybe even take Evil Effects' suggestions, and wrap your leg in foil, cover it with duct tape, and then use that duct tape as a homemade template. Certainly something to think about, and I'll see if that works for me. But it does take a lot of work. What I ended up doing right here, this particular piece ended up being just a cut out of craft foam and glued right on this. I did not cut this area out. I did not cut this area out because when I did that, just compromised the integrity of the whole piece. So this little piece right here, what do we got here? A couple, it's come down here. 7 inches wide, 4.5 inches high, not quite. So make of that what you will. Then again, I have this gasket area right here where there was supposed to be a gasket going across. That's 2 inches high. I think that's probably about the right height to get it to look like, to make it look. But the problem is the gasket was just too high. See my AAR video for a few more details on that. So overall, I think that's it. Go through the videos themselves and see the details that I worked on, and you can certainly, there's certainly nothing stopping me from modifying these. But also take a look at, how Evil Effects solved some of his problems. Take a look how some of the other folks out there might have solved their problems. I don't know if I can, download these into a or put these in any kind of downloadable files. I'm gonna have to play with that and see what I can do. But I hope this helped. So with that, thanks a lot. Leave some messages in the comments. Let me know if this is what you needed, if this works for you. Again, go out there, use the snipping tool. You don't have to, like I said, you don't have to take a screenshot. You can just freeze the video in place. The snipping tool works really great. It'll get good images, especially if you're watching this in high definition. So, I think I've rambled more than enough for you. And like always, I do appreciate everybody out there who's subscribed, who's viewed, and if you've gone out and you've made your own armor because what I did inspired you, or at least helped you get through it. You know what? I'm super flattered. So thank you very, very much. And I guess that's it. So see you on the next project. Bye.